afternoon, everybody. Hope you're having a fine day. I'm Zachary.
And I'm Antoine.
And today we're going to be making canelés live with Breadstone ovens.
All right, thank you, Zachary. Welcome back, everyone. Today is Wednesday, and we decided that we'll make a little bit of a different recipes. Many people, I'm sure, didn't hear about canelés. It's kind of a specialty from the Bordeaux region of France. Zach, have you had some before?
Yes.
Is it good?
Yes.
How would you describe it?
It's like puffy.
Puffy? Is it sweet?
And it's puffy, sweet, and it's like Jello, but like harder.
Harder and Jello?
With an exoskeleton.
Exoskeleton, like a hard exoskeleton?
And then the inside is very squishy.
It's very squishy. All right, that's a really good description. So yeah, as some of you may know it, I'm from the Bordeaux region of France. That's where I was born and raised. And so nowadays that we are all kind of stuck at home, we're all looking for comfort food. And for me, it was canelés. I was like, hey, I haven't made canelés in a long, long time. So as Zach said, they are kind of crispy on the outside. They are nicely caramelized. And on the inside, it's a little bit more of an egg custard, a little bit of a pudding texture to it, but it's very flavorful. And the fun part is that you just make it in one batch. You don't have to do multiple layers. It's just how you prepare it and how you cook it in the oven. So without further ado, are you ready, Zachary?
Yes. So today we're going to be making half a recipe. And in a regular recipe, you would have 500 milliliters of milk, 3 eggs, 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of orange flower water, and this one is optional, 1 tablespoon of dark rum, 125 grams of flour, 250 grams of sugar, 20 grams of butter, and a pinch of salt. So let's get started. So, we forgot the salt.
Forgot this. Well, no, it's already hot. Remember? We don't need it in this.
Well, it says you have some eggs.
Yeah, so you can do it right there. So how is the milk? Is it cold or is it hot?
So you want to have your milk at about 185 Fahrenheit or 80 Celsius. So first you add your milk.
So you have to preheat the milk. So you can do it in a saucepan. You put your milk. What else do you put?
Then you put your butter.
Perfect. And so you can heat it up on the stove until it gets to about 185 or about 190 degrees. And then you are going to whisk it, because here we don't really have a stove and it's such a small amount of milk. We just preheated the milk. Once it got to about 180, we put it here in the container.
And then you add your vanilla extract, which is 1 tablespoon.
Something in your... We're going to eat that recipe and something works its way into the milk.
That's just a piece of vanilla.
Oh, it's a piece of vanilla. Okay, we got it then.
And then your 1 tablespoon of orange water or flower water.
Very good.
And then you're going to put your rum, which we're not using.
So no rum, we didn't have any, it's not a requirement.
So, and then you're going to mix it, and then after you mix it.
Mix it really well. And so the orange flower kind of gives that unique flavor. So if you don't have any, that's okay. You can just do vanilla extract, you can just do the dark rum. Orange flower is a nice to have, but that will give that unique flavor to the canelés that you get in the city of Bordeaux.
So then you're going to add your 2 eggs.
Okay, so is it the whole 2 eggs?
Well, it says 2 eggs plus 1 egg yolk.
Very good. So since we do half a recipe, we'll do 1
egg with 1 egg yolk.
Very good, perfect. And so the reason you don't use all of the eggs is so you don't want too much of a eggy flavor, if I can say. So hold on, do it on top of that, right? Because you separate your white from your egg yolk. So you're going to use in the full recipe, 2 eggs, and then 1 egg yolk. And so as Zach is doing, you're going to separate the white from the yellow, and Zach is doing a great job. It's not easy. Sometimes, depending on how fresh the eggs are, the yolk will break.
So there you
get
go.
shell in it.
Well, it broke a little bit, but at the last second. So I'm going to pour in my 1 egg yolk.
Perfect. And we keep the egg white. There's plenty of recipes you can do with the egg white. Here, you need a towel too. Clean your hands a little bit.
Yeah.
There we go.
And there's a shell in that.
That's okay. We'll fish it out
Yeah.
later.
So then you beat it.
Yeah. So you want to really beat the egg with the milk and the butter almost to the point where it starts foaming. And so it's really liquid, so take your time. No need to rush it. And
So then after that, you wanna you wanna cool it for less than 100 Fahrenheit, which we think is
yeah, we're about there with
Yeah.
the mixing bowl.
yeah. And then you're going to combine your sugar,
Mm-hmm.
your flour, your salt.
I think you already put your salt.
No,
Oh, it's here. Okay.
no,
Yeah.
but it says.
Yeah. So you combine your sugar.
your flour and your salt,
Yes.
and then pour it inside here.
Your liquid. Yeah.
Yeah,
So you combine the two. So here first.
yeah, I know.
Okay.
And then
I let you do it.
salt.
You're the expert, Zachary, right? Years of training.
Yes.
The future chef in the making.
So then we're going to whisk it.
Yeah. Perfect. And so just so you can see the whole recipe and hopefully the finished product, we have, so once you have mixed all that, you're going to let it rest overnight in the fridge. So ideally, if you want a really good result, so it's really airy inside, you want to leave it a couple of days in the fridge. We only left ours overnight in the fridge, so it may not be as airy, but so you guys can see the finished product. We already made a batch that is baking in the oven. And so any minute Zach will tell me how his watch is telling him it's ready.
Yeah, so then you're going to pour your flour, sugar, and salt into your liquid.
Perfect.
And then you whisk for about a minute.
Perfect. So you're going to want to make sure everything is nicely incorporated, and you want to avoid any lump in it. And I think Zachary may have that problem. So if for any reason you have a recipe and it gets lumpy, you can just take an immersion blender and just blend the whole thing. That's going to break down any flour that may have clumped together. And that way, yours looks good. And so that way you don't have any lump in your mix. So you mix it really well. You want to kind of oxygenate the batter. And so once it's fully mixed, you're going to put it in a container with a lid. You're putting it in the fridge for about, 24 hours? We said 2 days, so the one we had was about 24 hours. So
there we go.
So this we're going to put to rest. We're going to clean up a little bit so we have room.
So now we're going to show you how to like how it looks when it's done waiting, and then we're going to put it inside.
Yeah, so for Canele, we're going to bring it closer to the camera. They have a nice textured, elongated shape. So you can get molds like that. Those are rubber molds. They are great. They are easy to clean, easy to maintain, easy to remove the cannoli from it. You can also buy some copper cannoli molds, but those are pretty expensive, and personally I find them harder to work with. So those filter molds are great. You want to do the spraying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Take your
you're
time.
just going.
And so here we just use a spray, no need to use a ton. There we go. And then, so if you don't have cannoli molds, it's perfectly fine. You can use, this is a little muffin mold, same thing, made of silicone, not rubber, sorry, silicone. And so silicone is great, as I said, easier to work with. So you can use a little muffin mold like that, put it in the muffin pan, and fill them about 3/4 of the way. So no need to go and find this type of mold. If you can't find it, that's perfectly okay. But you want something that has a fairly thin wall. So when you put it in the oven, it's going to be fairly hot and it's going to be caramelizing inside. So here to pour it.
So we just put it into a pourer.
Okay.
And then you just want to fill it about 3/4 of the way.
3/4 to, yeah, that's good. All right, I was going to say 2/3, but you're right. 3/4 of the way is the right way to do it. So it's going to slightly rise. And then it's going to cook fairly hot because you're going to have the oven at about 400 degrees. Depending on your oven, you may want to even push it to like 425. And the idea is that the outside of the cannoli, because there's quite a bit of sugar, it's almost twice as much sugar compared to the flour, is going to very much caramelize, become nice and a little hard. So that would be what Zach was calling the exoskeleton. That caramelized outside will actually retain the moisture for the rest of the batter that is inside. And so in the oven for about 20 minutes.
So it is ready.
It's ready. Your watch is vibrating.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to take a peek. Again, we're cooking live, so we never know what's going to happen. Sometimes it doesn't take a lot. So actually they're starting to look good, but they are not there yet. So I hate to take them out, but I'm going to do that just for the camera very quickly. So you can see they have risen and they're starting to bubble and color, so we're going to put them right back in. So because the oven is quite hot, it's going to evolve very fast. So after 20 minutes, when you start checking, as you see, the one that we had made, a few of them were too full, so they rose past the mold. A few of them, and Zach definitely got a good handle on it, they are 3/4 of the way full and they rose just to the edge of the mold. And that's perfectly perfect. Perfectly perfect. It's kind of two words in one, right? And so that's exactly what you want. They're going to rise just to the level of the mold. And because again, there's so much sugar, when it starts caramelizing, it's going to go really fast. You can go in a couple of minutes from something that is not quite cooked to something that is overly caramelized, especially if your oven tends to run on the hot side. So keep an eye on it. It will change very fast. And then once they come out of the oven, you're going to unmold them, and keep in mind it's quite hot, so you won't give them a couple of minutes. You unmold them, you're going to put them on a rack to cool for about 45 minutes before you can bite into it. And they're really good made the day of. They're going to be crispier on the outside. If you want to keep them longer, they will keep well, probably 3-4 days without any problem in the fridge. It's just that caramelized shell on the outside will start softening with time. So maybe it has been a couple of minutes. I was trying to fill up the void. Let's check on the oven again, on the cannoli again.
Not quite yet.
Not quite yet, but it's getting there. They are rising definitely nicely. So what I want to do is I'm going to turn them around a little bit and make some room for the next batch.
Yep.
And it's quite hot.
There we go. So then we're
You
going.
want to try to put them on?
Yep.
Maybe too liquid. You think you can lift it?
Yep.
I may need to help you. Okay. Alright. It's going to be hot, so don't burn yourself. Alright, good job, Zachary. Perfect.
There we go.
And I'm going to turn it around right here. Okay. So we tried. They are not quite ready. They just need a few more minutes, but we don't just want to keep the camera on for those 2 minutes. So we'll say goodbye. We'll take some pictures as soon as they are done. We'll put them on Facebook. Again, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to go to our website, breadstoneovens.com. There's a contact page. Email us, send us, on the contact page, send us a message. Feel free to give us a call as well. And then I will be posting again all the videos and the pictures, if not this evening, first thing tomorrow morning. So again, thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Everybody stay safe.